Hello, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to the channel. Score wins here, Kat. Great to see you. By the way, so I figured, why not dress up as a voodoo doll? So how is everybody tonight? I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see people. I can't see through my button eyeballs. Okay. How is everybody? I'm gonna jump over to comments real quick so I can say hi. Hello, Izzy and Jasmine and Sarah Sinister and Chris is here and Julie is here. Penny, I believe, is here. I don't see her yet. Let's see here. Who else is here? Carrie, I know you're in here somewhere. Hi, guys. So this is going to be a really, really fun night. I'm going to explain a little bit about hoodoo. I'm going to explain about a little bit about voodoo and about a healing poppet and how we are going to make a healing poppet tonight together. Let's see here. This is my healing poppet that I made, but I will be making another one tonight. This one's actually representing my mother. My mother has another heart issue, and I'm trying to heal her, and I can't use my tuning forks on her because it disrupts the electrical impulses in the heart, so I don't want to mess with that. So anyway, this is my mom's healing poppet, but we'll go over that a little bit more later. I have Shane joining me tonight.
Hello.
Here, let me go split screen here. There we go. Yay! And the camera is it's not on? It's blocked. The camera's blocked. All right, so we're going to fix that. I don't understand because it's showing that it's here, but for some reason it's not coming up. It's coming up as a black screen. It's odd Bodkins. So we'll let Shane work on that one. So I'm... Okay, let me see. Yeah, we are in business. Thank you, Shane, my techie person. All right. So, you guys excited? You ready to rock and roll tonight and learn a little crazy stuff? Just going back through the chat here. Adam, welcome. Vincent, welcome. Glad to have you guys. So I'm going to jump back over now to... Here we go. All right. So what are we discussing tonight? We are discussing creating a healing poppet. Okay. First, we're going to start off with voodoo arose in Haiti, whereas hoodoo arose in Africa. Okay. So I'm going to explain a little bit about hoodoo and voodoo with you right now. So grab a coffee. I can talk too much. Excuse me. I need my reading voice. All right. So if you're into magic, witchcraft, faith, and healing, you've undoubtedly run across voodoo and hoodoo. But are you aware that these two belief systems are completely different from one another, even though they may at times look like they are the same things? The main difference between voodoo and hoodoo is that the former is an actual religion, while the latter is not. Voodoo has its own rituals, leaders, teachers, representatives, and services, plus 2 district branches. I don't want to mess with that crap. All right, the Voodoo of New Orleans, and that's Voodoo as in VODOU of New Orleans in Louisiana, and Voodoo, and that's VODUE of Haiti. Hoodoo, on the other hand, is not a religion. It has no organizational structure and is practiced by individuals sometimes called root doctors, root healers, or claim to have certain magical powers. The origins of voodoo arose from Haiti, whereas hoodoo arose from Africa, as I said. Both were originally practiced by oppressed people in those places, and both came to America via slaves brought into the country during the 17th, 18th, and early 19th centuries. Voodoo beliefs and practices. There's a little voodoo doll over here you can look at. I made this one. He's pretty special. I'm going to call him Steve. All right. Voodoo followers believe in an omnipotent and unknowledgeable supreme creator named Bondi. His name comes from the French term bon Dieu, literally meaning good God. I say good God all the time. All right. Per voodoo belief, Bondi does not directly intercede in the lives of human beings. Consequently, voodoo priests and priestesses will call upon Loa, spirits who work for Bondi. Different Loa are responsible for various aspects of human life. Generally, a voodoo service will be conducted in Creole and Haitian French dialect. Three of the voodoo's most important families of spirits are those belonging to Rada, Petro, and Gouda. Rada spirits are benevolent, Petro spirits are angry, violent, or evil, and Gouda spirits are those who deal with death and the dead people. Many Gouda spirits are zombies. In the original sense of the word, a zombie is a victim, not a monster. He does not go around eating people's brains. He is a dead person who must give obedience to the person who raised him or to her from the dead. But they don't eat the brains, as I said, of the living or otherwise violently attack people. All that is simply fictional movie hype. Many people believe that the idea of zombies came into Haitian voodoo culture as a means of expressing the deadness of being a slave. In other words, zombie in voodoo itself arose as a spiritual force among slaves to help them endure their suffering. Hoodoo beliefs and practices. Hi, how is everybody? I'm going to jump over the comments real quick and just make sure everybody's okay. Hi, Adam. Hi, Jasmine. Hey, Chris and Sarah and Penny and Julie and Carrie and Izzy. And okay, I'm done now. Okay, I'm going to go back to my reading. All right. All right. Hoodoo beliefs and practices. We're almost done. Hoodoo practitioners practice a form of African folk magic. Although they often call upon Roman Catholic saints, me too, and biblical characters such as Moses to aid them in the casting of spells. If you ever get stranded in a really big puddle at the end of your driveway and you call on Moses, he won't show. So I know. All right, anyway, it was a joke. All right, so back to where I was. Actually, Hoodoo practitioners generally are themselves Catholics who believe in both Catholic saints. You're allowed to laugh, Shane. It's okay. Catholics who believe in both Catholic saints and African gods. In the United States, Hoodoo sessions are conducted in English, and Hoodoo practitioners spell their magic Magik. You will see this a lot in Wicca as well. They put the K at the end because this is real magic. This is not sleight of hand, a card trick. So anyway, since Hoodoo is not a religion, it has no documents. I got noises going on behind me. It was just somebody just tapped. Excuse me. Squirrel. All right. Since Hoodoo is not a religion, it has no documents passed down to anybody. Instead, practitioners pass on their powers to their own descendants. Many people of both persuasions believe that Voodoo was the original religion, with Hoodoo becoming a denomination in much the same way as Methodists, Lutherans, Baptists, etc. became denominations of Protestant Christianity. Although the general populace tends to look upon the voodoo and hoodoo as mere superstition in rather large swath of people located mostly in the southern eastern part of the United States, adamantly adhere to one of these belief systems. That is my dissertation on hoodoo and voodoo, just to get you going on that. Excuse me. Shane, can I bother you to go get me the lances on the table? Just bring over the whole container. So, here we are. This is a voodoo doll. I made him myself. He's actually Mod Podged onto the book. The stitches actually are real stitches. It's pretty cool. But what's really cool about this, it is a actually voodoo kit that I have created here. Okay, so Shane and I, we have already started the beginnings. Excuse me. of our voodoo dolls. So basically, I like the look. I'm going to take the sticks out here. I just put them in just while they were drying. They weren't going to stick together in the box. Okay. So these, I like the looks of the burlap bag, but it always frays. So what I did was I put cloth underneath it and glued it to it, which is a great way to go. So what I did was I did the dolls and I left a hole, as you can see here, where we're going to be stuffing the dolls. So Shane is Spiky Dude, and I am the one with the funky haircut here. So which one you choosing there, Sunshine? Okay, so take that one. All right, so I'm going to go down the line here. How to make a healing poppet. Why would you want to make a healing poppet? You want to make a healing poppet because, like, for instance, my mom, I'm doing Reiki on her and I'm helping her with her heart issue that she has going on. She's undoubtedly going to need more surgery, but in the meantime, I can still help. So, as I said, I can't use my tuning forks. It disrupts the electrical impulses in her heart, and I don't want to mess with that. So, another way I can help her, and this is great because when I'm home here and she's at her house, I don't even have to go to her house to work on her. I can work on her healing poppet. And I'll explain to you the things that are on this healing poppet. The angel wings represent, of course, my angels. I work with them all the time. Raphael is my healer. He is amazing. So the angel wings represent my angels. The heart, of course, that's my mom's heart problem going on here. I did glue a key on it. Key represents opening doors, new beginnings. So I'm trying to open up to allow more energy and to allow more healing to go into her heart. The white string that's wrapped around her here. I actually put Reiki into the string, and when I wrap it around her, it's not wrapped on this side. If you notice, it's not on this arm, it's only on this side. Why? Because this would be, you can't really see it. The left side would be my mom's receiving side. So I didn't bind this side over here because I want the magics in my healing to go in. The white binding here represents strength. It represents purity. It represents power, and it represents healing, as I said, because I put Reiki juju into it. So anyway, so that's what that represents. The butterfly in her hand over here. There we go. Sorry, everything's backwards here. So this butterfly here is green, which represents healing, of course. And the butterfly, what does the butterfly represent? It represents transitioning. It represents renewal, being reborn. So that's another aspect. My mom does not look like this, I swear. Kind of looks like me. Have fun with the doll. Give it little characteristics that you like. Up here, I don't know if you can see it too well. Yeah, there you go. On her hair, that's actually a little rose. Rose represents love. So everything, and the beauty of when you're making and creating this healing poppet, you want to have intent with you, good intent. So you want to be in a good mood when you're creating this. You don't want to be angry because you're putting your lovely juju or your hoodoo or your voodoo, you're putting it into the doll. So don't put anything bad in there. It's going to kind of mute what you want. So another thing that we want to stuff the doll with, okay, you can stuff it with fiber fill that we normally stuff in pillows and so forth, but I suggest stuffing the doll with Spanish moss. Spanish moss has magical properties, including love, healing, revenge. We're not using it for that, of course. Justice in the hoodoo tradition. Protection dispels negativity. It opens blockages, which I want to open up her heart more to get more oxygen, and also draws money in. Hey, why not? Use it for stuffing poppets when doing love or hex work in the intended person's hair to make them more potent, and add a war water, which is, we'll discuss that in another class, used when doing hex work. Okay, so before you make a healing poppet. Second rule, Wicca, and harm none, do what thy will. So, in other words, do whatever you will, but don't mess with people's wills. So, I can't go ahead and just make this healing poppet and steal some of my mom's hair and get to work on it because that's going to work against my magic. I don't want to do that. So, I went over and I said, Mom, can I give you a little haircut? So I told her, she knows what I do. She knows what I am. She thinks I'm a little crazy, but hey, who doesn't? But um, she was willing to do this. So that, God love you, Mom. So she gave me some hair. So Mom's hair is in there. Another beautiful thing that we actually have in here again. This is lavender flowers. Lavender is healing. Lavender is protection. Another thing that is in here is actually a piece of malachite. Malachite is grounding. Malachite is healing. I want that in there. And I also have a piece of selenite in there because the selenite is going to keep charging everything in this doll. Okay, so this is amazing. When you make this in the place of a person with through intent, remember, okay, remember this. This is very important. Respect it. I actually have a hanger on it. This will be on my Christmas tree this year. I guarantee it because I'm on Bodkins. But respect it. I'll give you an example. The only other time I made one of these healing poppets is for my youngest daughter. She's 21 now, but when she was 10 months old, I kept looking into her eyes and I kept saying, something's wrong with her, something's wrong. And I kept taking her to doctors and oh, she's beautiful, she's perfect. I had a dream. Shirley Harrison, my dead mother-in-law, came to me and said, Hannah has a heart defect. I woke up the next morning and I ran her to the hospital and we went through a bunch of tests. And needless to say, she had a 3-chambered heart. We went ahead and they took the pericardium, the surrounding tissue of the heart, and they made a septum for the 2 atrial top chambers. But in the meantime, she was suffering from hypertension, from the lower ventricle stretching and so forth and so on. Anyway, because we had to wait 2 years for her to do her heart surgery because she was not gaining weight the way my other children did. It took her 2 years to reach 20 pounds. My firstborn was 11 pounds. C-section, of course. So anyway, so it gives you an idea of how she wasn't thriving. So anyway, she's great now. She's all fixed. Thank you, Shirley Harrison. God love you. So anyway, but this healing poppet I made for her after I made it for her after her surgery because they told me it was going to be 2 years for her heart to go back to normal size because the hypertension, the stretching in the lower ventricles and so forth. I went home that day from the doctor's office and I made a healing poppet and I gave my dear daughter a healing bath. This is when I first discovered I had healing powers, okay? And I put all my power and I even wrote a ritual and said a prayer and I held a rose quartz and it was the shape of a heart while they did surgery on her and everything went great. And the beautiful little thing was up and running around and 2 days later and pooping in closets. She's going to hate me for that one. She used to hide. And so anyway, she's great now. Everything's wonderful. But this is the weird part. I have a rose quartz. It was a heart-shaped one. I held it and I prayed over it and I put all my love and everything into it while she was in surgery. I got home and I have a mantle. I lived in a house, the Bryce Boothby house. You've heard me talk about it before from the 1798. I had a mantle in my bedroom and this is where I kept her healing poppet and her rose quartz. I was thinking one day, what do I do with her healing poppet now? Because you're responsible for that. You can take them apart with the intent of releasing the energy from that. But I didn't want to do that because it was working. I took her back to the doctors a month later after they told me it was going to be 2 years for her heart to get to normal size. The doctor looked at me in amazement and he said, it was nothing short of a miracle. Your daughter's heart is normal. It's normal size in a month. So there is power in this. I'm doing this for Mom. God love you. So it's a lot of fun. Another great thing to actually put into your healing poppet again. You know me, love roses. Why not? put roses in there. The intent for love. Roses is also the sanctity of Mother Mary, and Mother Mary is healing. She's the Sacred Heart. She's everything. So why not put that in there? So I'm gonna put my glasses back on. I'm done telling you my stories. Okay. So, as I said, lavender is another wonderful thing. It helps with anxiety and tension, sleep. You can actually make a sleeping poppet. How great would that be? Make a sleeping poppet that helps you sleep at night. Keep it under your pillow. All right. An alternative to perfumes and colognes, deodorizes, freshens. All right. Pain relief, headaches and migraines, muscle aches and pains, menstrual cramps, allergies, burns, acne, insect bites, dry skin, deodorant. Okay. Sunburned lips, dandruff and massage. And you can, I love lavender willow. That's my Wiccan name. I love lavender. You can bathe in it. You can eat it. You can do everything with lavender. It's amazing. But here are another few things that you can actually put in your healing poppet as well. Okay. We have basil, oregano, sage, nettle, lavender, as we discussed, parsley, mint, rosemary. I usually put rosemary in everything I do. Sage is another wonderful thing to be putting in here if you want to do that. I do have some sage in my bag because sage is purifying, it's ceremonial. Why not? Thyme, dandelion. So those are other herbs that you can actually put in. Now, you do want to put a stone in the bag. And again, you want to charge it, as I taught you guys how to charge stones. So what kind of stones would you work on? I would gather a stone that is in the area that has a problem. For instance, here's the heart chakra. I actually have malachite, which is the second one to the end on the heart chakra. That's the one I have in the bag with the selenite. But if you're somebody suffering from migraine headaches, maybe you would put something in for the crown chakra or the third eye. So I'd put amethyst in there. I would put, I believe that's lapis. No, that's Kinzite. The throat chakra. If someone's having maybe throat cancer, I would put that stone in there. The sacral area, you got digestive issues. I know there's people here in chat, along with me, that have some digestive issues. The sacral chakras, these are great ones to put in there. I believe, I can't even see what they are. Carnelian, I can't read that because it's so far. Anyway, and then the root chakra, of course, maybe you have lower lumbar back issues or so forth. So I would actually take one of these stones from the chakras, and that's what I would actually work with. But always put selenite in the bag because the selenite that's the battery. You never have to charge anything ever again because that selenite is so amazing. All right. After you're done making your healing poppet, this is very, very important. You consecrate the poppet and place it on the altar, visualizing the object of the spell and the ailment that the person is suffering from. Consecrate the lancing pins, and I'll discuss lancing pins in a minute, and charge it with healing energies. Take up the poppet in your left hand and the pin in your right hand and pierce the black circle with the lance. Okay. I did not use lances. I'll show you what lances are. I made a bunch of them the other day. So these are lances, okay? These are actually pins, okay? Let's see, that's working on it, guys. Hang on. Focus. All right, it's just like me. I can't focus. Anyway, so these are lance pins. And I did not use these on my daughter's healing poppet because I'm like a natural witch, and I just go ahead and do things and feel what's right. And I didn't want to stick it with pins. But tonight I'm going to stick my mama. We're going to poke mommy. So very important. You need to consecrate and bless the healing poppet. Can you go get my Egyptian oil? I believe it's in the bathroom. I forgot that. I'm sorry. My apologies, my shenanoo. So Shane's going to get my blessed oil for me, and we're going to bless the poppet. At this point, I'm going to make one with you guys. I'm just going through the stages. Back to the story of Hannah's Poppet, when I was worried about what should I do with the Poppet. Should I take it apart? What should I do with it? I don't know what to do with it. Should I put it in a box? I woke up one morning and it was gone, and the rose quartz was gone. They both disappeared from my mantle. I've been haunted for a very long time. I believe it or not, and we are going to be doing a class on elementals. I believe that the Fae, because I was working with them at the time, I believe that they have it, that they're keeping it safe. So that's pretty cool. And you can think I'm crazy, but that's all good. So anyway, so we want to bless our healing poppet now. Again, you can bless it in love and light. Just take your oil. It's easiest. If this is a roll-on, I love this stuff. Even after a shower, I bless the certain entry points into a human's body. One is behind the neck, one is through the throat, one is through the solar plexus, one is through usually a lower lumbar area. These are places where things like to attach. So I always bless the areas because I deal with a lot of darkness here, and I got to make sure I'm safe, because if I go down, everybody's going to go down with me. So anyway, so this healing oil, I bless you in the name of love and light. I bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. I bless you, whatever you want. So now I'm going to pick up my healing poppet, and it's nice because it's made of cloth. I'm going to do it on the back of the healing poppet. I'm going to do just a cross. I bless and consecrate this poppet in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and all that is holy under the sun. Okay? I don't want anything negative coming along and putting their crap into my healing poppet, because it's going to defeat the whole process here of what's going on. So the next thing that I would do now is I'm going to say a little prayer over it, and this is the prayer. All right, take a healing poppet and sprinkle it liberally with blessing oil, which we just did. Spray your favorite perfume on your hands, hold them over the doll head, palms open, and say, "You are very ill, be healed. You will recover, be healed. Heal, heal, heal." Now blend equal amounts of rosemary oil, violet oil, if you want to go ahead and do it that way. I'm actually like, from right here, this is the one I want to do. From the name of the goddess in God, I lance this disease with the spear of recovery. As the full moon wanes, let this ailment drain. No more to be, replaced with vitality and health, so mote it be. As my words are spoken, so it shall be done. Okay? So anyway, so now this has been blessed. It has the healing ritual into it. Now, if I wanted to, at this point, I would grab, I'm going to grab, I did some, I think you can see that right there. That's a Saint Benedict medal. He controls demons. He's very amazing. Actually, Mama, I hope you don't feel this. All right, so what I'm going to do is I've been working on these. These are set in actual salt that actually has blessed rose oil in it. So they smell like roses. And it's been absorbed into the pin cushion here. So the pins actually didn't actually physically sit in the salt, but you can set them in the salt. Sarah made this cute little one. It's a mushroom. So, but these little lance pins are easy to make. All you need is hot glue and some beads, and that's how simple it is. It's nice if you have old jewelry or something that you can break apart and have around the house. All my jewelry usually has real crystals in it. So this purple stone is actually real amethyst. The bottom bead is actually oh my God, citrine. So these have been blessed, and they do have crystals in them. So I am going to take the lance, and I've already blessed the lance as well, because again, we don't want any bad juju going on here. I'm going to take Mama's poppet here, okay, and I've blessed it with Reiki. I've really nailed these hard with really high healing energy. So I pierce this now into the removing all illness, so mote it be. Okay, so I'm waiting for a phone call. Okay, all right, so this is the first time I have actually officially, I just lost my virginity to putting a pin into a healing Poppet doll. So anyway, so now we have that energy and it's going into mom, and I have it right next to, you know what? There's actually a hole in the key. There we go. I'm going to stick it through the hole in the top of the key because that energy is, that key is opening things up. So that's really cool. So, um, lances. These are lancing pins. You can buy them, you can make them. I like to make things, so that's my thing. But remember, if you're going to deal with pins and things, bless them, consecrate them. Remember, it's all about people's free will. I'm going to back my camera up here a little bit so I can open. I'm going to open my box. I'm going to show you exactly what's in the box. So as I said, I've already pre-made these, but in the box I actually have it's just a template to, I have another one here. It's a template that you trace. It's basically cookie cutter. That's all it is. And you trace it onto burlap, such as I've done here. You cut it out. As I said, working with the burlap, you may want to put it on another form of cloth. And you want to make a couple little hearts. So I've made air drying clay is great for this because they're very spongy and they're easy to stick pins into if you want to do that. So these are actually made from air dry clay. So those are our hearts. So basically, what else I got in here? I have some little beaded skulls in here. Of course, a marker to mark on the faces. Buttons are a great thing too. Buttons are for opening and closing, as you know, but buttons are really, really cool. Button, who's got the button? We'll discuss that in another class too. So anyway, and of course, string and everything else. So basically, a voodoo doll is a form of gree-gree. Okay, or gris-gris, a magical power made to work by voodoo spirits. The doll represents someone that you know, and again, this is why I don't like doing the voodoo stuff, because number one, your intent is to harm or to hurt somebody or to bind them or to be mean to them. That comes back at you. Threefold law. Okay. So personally, I don't do bad juju. I've never done bad juju. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the making of the Poppet. So I don't know if anybody has any. I'm going to jump over to chat first because I'm being so rude right now. Here we go. Jumping over to chat. All right. So how is everybody? Am I boring you? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs down. Let me know if I'm boring you. I need to take a sip of my coffee. Drinking it through a straw. So, let me just show real quick. You have sticks in there too for poking. Here, I'll give you a pokey stick. So, Shane needs a pokey stick. So, yeah, you're so welcome. So Spanish moss, this stuff is really, really great. I love it for stuffing, and it also too when it's this is what I use sometimes for entanglement in the home cleansing bottles that I showed you guys how to make. This is another form of entanglement, but in this case, this entanglement is holding the healing around the crystals and the stones and the herbs that are inside the doll. So this is a wonderful thing to be putting inside the doll. So I'm going to start stuffing my doll if I can find the opening. It is. Okay, so here's my doll, and I glued it. I didn't even have to sew it. I mean, how simple is that? Just take a hot glue gun. You are going to want a stick for poking into the arms and up into the head. So Spanish moss. I don't need that much. Wow, they even sent the tree with this one. Okay, so a little bit more Spanish moss going into the leg. All right, so the healing Poppet, it doesn't have to be full, and you don't want to really make it super full because remember, you got to stick the crystal in here. Another great thing to put in this too is frankincense. Frankincense is exorcism, it's banishment, it's clarity, it's another wonderful thing. So I do. They're in that box. We got to open up. We have Penny's box with us tonight. Okay, so I'm all done making a huge mess over here. All right. All right, so that's what I'm using, the Spanish moss. Compliments of Sarah. She picked it up for me. Thank you, Sarah. All right, so Shane is getting the selenite. I believe it's in, excuse me for a second, guys. Let me bring this forward so I'm not being rude. Okay. You can see what I'm doing now. Compliment to Penny. Thank you. Thank you so kindly. I'm going to put it in my lap because I don't have enough room here. All right. I'm looking for my selenite. Ripped material. These were Shane's PJ pants. That's a great thing. You can actually, too, if you don't want to use air dry glue, this is actually a wooden button that's shaped like a heart. That's kind of cool. You could use that. It's in here somewhere, no. All right. Nope. It's possible that I put it back on the table. Look in a second. There's my bells. I'm sorry. Nope. And no, sir. All right. Pull this over here. Set this here. I can go again, my crystal. I found them.
Hiding everything.
These are my babies. All the children are home. Okay, so as I said, we're going to use selenite. So I'm going to give a piece to Shane here. And just tuck it into the middle, kind of the heart space of the doll is where you kind of want it. So it's working through the whole body of the doll. So trying to pick out a good stone. So I think I'm going to put malachite in this one because malachite is very protective, and this is going to be a protective healing poppet. This is going to be a generic. I am not putting any personal stuff into it right now, and I'm going to show you a different way of doing this, where I'm doing this. If you want to put a piece into yours, did I give you? I gave you the piece of selenite too, right? Okay. If you want to glue the heart on the front of yours, you're welcome to do that too. So I'm making this a generic one right now, and what I mean by that is I'm building it without the intent of it being for any person. So now what I do is when I want to use it, an orb just went up. Did you see that right there? It just shot up. Anyway, we'll have to go back and see that later. Get a little spookaboo in here. So when I want to use this later, I'm going to seal it. So now I can't put any personal belongings in it, but that's okay, because what you can do is you take cloth or clothing from the person. You can make clothes for the doll that puts their personal energy and information kind of into the doll, or you can pin it to the doll as well. We've made huge ones. We were actually selling these at Parafest, really huge. They were love healing poppet dolls. That's what they were. And they were all closed up with herbs and gemstones inside. And all you had to do was attach a piece of material of somebody that you love or care about, and it would send that energy to that person. Again, we connect cords to people. When you think about somebody, I'm losing a crystal. Oh, I caught it in my lap. When you connect with somebody, you set out a cord. So when you break up with somebody and you're having a good day and all of a sudden you start thinking about that person, you just reconnected that cord again. And then all of a sudden your day starts to go from okay to down in the toilet. Yes, the toilet. Where's my toilet? I need my toilet. This is where it goes. Okay, so anyway, it goes down the toilet. So you can do a generic one, which is wonderful, and just keep it in a drawer somewhere. Again, do show a little reverence and respect for it. Just, I would wrap it in a cloth. I would usually probably wrap it in a black cloth, to be honest with you, because the black will absorb any negativity that might be trying to attach to this. Attached to the poppet, and it will keep it safe. And plus, the herbs and the minerals inside will also keep the doll protective, because that's what the doll is protection. So it's keeping things away. But still, I would still wrap it just to keep it minty fresh. So anyway, so I'm gonna move my crystals out of my way now. Excuse me. Say goodbye to my babies. I just have to share this one crystal with you because it's one of my favorite crystals. This is a Lumerian stone. And a Lumerian stone, a true Lumerian stone, I'm going to see if you can you see that? A true Lumerian stone has barcoding on it. Do you see that? It has lines like barcodes. I'm trying to get it so it's hitting at the light just right. Shit. Come on. This barcoding. I think I can get, there. You can see it. See the still lines going this way on it? A true Lumerian stone has that barcoding. It's from Brazil. Sarah actually made this beautiful piece. Another thing that, like we discussed about graveyard dirt, and I said you can use it for everything. Sarah actually infuses graveyard dirt into her clay. She mixes it together. So not only do you get a beautiful piece from Sarah, you get a very protective piece because she puts her juju into it, but you also have the cemetery dirt that's also working in there for you. So anyway, I just wanted to share that little beautiful thing, the Brazilians, the Lumerian stone from Brazil. But if you do purchase it, because this is like a $30 piece here, do make sure it has the barcoding on it, because it is not a Lumerian stone if that barcoding is not there. So anyway, I actually got this one, I think, on Etsy. So I get a lot of stuff on Etsy, so that's really cool. So Shane is actually gluing. Let me go. Here we go. Add to a stream. There we go. He's left me. He's actually over there because I get all my electrical cords hooked up to my camera and my computer so I can be here with you guys tonight. So he's on a short leash over there. So what do you guys think so far? Am I boring you? All right. So these beautiful healing poppets, if by chance, because with the nice is the dark, if by chance you do want to do a voodoo doll, okay, you can do a voodoo doll. Just know what you're playing with, okay? I don't speak from experience, but I've been doing this for 30 years, and I have a few clients that have done some few dark things, and I have to create contracts with things, and I have to cut those and break those cords and contracts and remove that, and it's a pain in the butt. Why bring that to your life? But again, I'm neutral. So if you feel that you need to make a voodoo doll with the intent of harming somebody, that is your free will. But remember the law, and harm none, do what thy wilt. That's very important in that Wiccan read. I do believe in karma, and I do believe stuff does come back at you. So I've never done anything bad against anybody, and I will go to my grave that way. So that's just me. So I'm done lecturing now. So if you want to make a voodoo doll, and I have, not to use, but to hang on, like I said, my Christmas trees are weird. I like to hang crystals, and it's more like a Wiccan tree. So that's one of the things that I would. Why not? That's kind of a fun thing to play with. It's kind of cute to give it as a joke gift, maybe to somebody. But again, if you're giving it away, and in case anybody, in fact, when I was making those and selling those huge, where is that? Where is one of those voodoo dolls?
That I'm not
I think it's. Oh no, I think Sarah has it somewhere. Anyway, so when I was making the voodoo dolls, and same with my Ouija board tables, because I made beautiful Ouija board tables, I always bless my stuff. So if somebody wants to do ill intent and stuff, it kind of like blocks them from doing these things. But shh, that's my secret. So if you guys are making a healing poppet, I just finished stuffing mine. I have my crystals in there now. I'm going to add some lavender. Lavender, as I said, is luck, love, protection. Psychic energy is also what that is. I can just put some in there. And it smells so lovely. Like I said, you can make a healing poppet for yourself. You don't have to do it for other people. People that are suffering from anxieties, panic attacks, so forth. You can put crystals in here that help with anxiety. And lavender, I would definitely put in there. Shane, is there a way that you can just glue up that little hole? Because that one's all set to go. Oh, and just glue that little heart on there for me. Okay. Shane's working for me, so I don't have to leave you guys. So that's the lavender. Oh, here, wait, before you close it, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you just put a couple little leaves in here? And again, I've blessed all these herbs. Whenever I get something, the first thing I do is I bless and I consecrate everything. And I know I sound like a blessing fairy, but seriously, I do a lot of stuff for people, a lot of healing and rituals and everything. And I don't want my stuff tainted, because I have to find the ebb and flow. That's the next class. We will be discussing moon phases and moon magic and drawing down the moon. And that's going to be a real fun class too. But anyway, there's certain times that you do magics and in certain times you don't. And we're going to be discussing that in the next class. If you can guys take a moment too and just like this video and please leave a comment below. I love to get feedback because I really want to get this content out there to you guys. And I really want it to make it personal. And I really... See my eyeballs? I really want to make it personal and fun with you guys. And if you give me that feedback, I'll change something that's annoying, that may be annoying you, or that may be something that you can critique and that maybe I can do better for you. I would love that. So please leave a feedback. So Shane is gluing my heart on. Another thing that I did here too is I also painted the burlap. I dry brushed it in white paint. I blessed the paint. The beauty of doing that, white is purity, white is sanctity, and that's the reason why I painted it white too. And plus I like it because you can see the burlap a little bit better. Okay, and again, as I said, I left the left side of her where her heart is in this area. It is not tied up, it is open because this is her receiving side. This is going into her, going into the healing poppet. I put my energy into this. I can say prayers over this. The one thing I love about these healing poppets, when they told me my daughter was when she was 10 months old, she needed a heart, she needed heart and lung bypass. That's what they did. They stopped her heart to fix it. They put her in machines. Okay. That's horrid. The doctor told me that like he was, hey, you want a cup of coffee? Because he deals with this on a daily basis. And it rocked my world. First thing I did, atrial septal defect. I went home and I studied and I learned my crap and I learned everything I possibly could about it. And it saved my daughter's life by doing that. There's an implant where they go up through the inferior vena cava and it opens up like an umbrella over the hole in her heart. And Shirley came into my head again and said, no, that's not for her. The doctor did the surgery at age 2, and when they actually got in there and did the surgery, he came out and he says, thank God we did not go the other route. It would have been very bad. She not only had a 12 millimeter hole in her heart, and she was missing the septum that divides the two atrial chambers, but her heart was like Swiss cheese. She had a bunch of other holes all through it. So that was not for her. So again, Shirley has saved my daughter twice. So that's pretty crazy. And that's miracles, man. I'm a firm believer in miracles. You hear me talk about the angels. And again, I'm not a Bible thumper. This is what I work with. This is what I know. And I know that power is there, and it lights my fire. And I want it to help you guys and bring this power to your life and make your life better. Why not? So Shane has glued me up, and now I have my heart on here. So at this point, if I wanted to add the buttons, I would go ahead and add the buttons to it, make it more personal if it is intended for a certain somebody that you have in mind that you're trying to help. So again, like I said, it doesn't have to be for healing. It can be for anxiety. It can be let's do a job, Poppet. I got a new job coming in. I want to see me. Put your intent. This is how you want to manifest things to your life a lot faster. This is what we do. Our ego gets in the way. The ego says, I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll be happy when I get that guy, or I'll be happy when. It doesn't allow you to be happy in the what, here and now. Remember, we have to live in the here and now. So how do I bring that future job into the here and now? I center myself, take those 3 cleansing breaths, okay? And see yourself working that job. See yourself walking to the office and having a shiny interview. See yourself shine, man. And when you take that emotion into the here and now, it's called quantum leaping. You can look it up, okay? You're bringing what you want and you're manifesting it to your life faster. This healing Poppet, I'm not waiting for my mom to heal. I'm healing her now, okay? And that's the beauty of these Poppets. When they told me my daughter's heart problem was up, and like I said, I felt like I was sitting on my hands and I couldn't do anything. This put power in my hands. This gave me a focus. This gave me intent. This gave me so much love. It's just, it helps you get through that scary moment. So you can make a job Poppet. See yourself, hold that Poppet, and take that emotion of seeing yourself working that job, getting the pay that you want. Manifest that for yourself. Don't wait for things to manifest for you. You can quantum leap it here. I do guided meditations and do quantum leaping with people. Do you realize as one of you in multi-universes, our consciousness is here, so we're not aware of it. You can actually find yourself, excuse me, spitting here, damn voodoo dolls. You can actually find yourself in another realm where you're happy and you're joyful and you're healthy, maybe rich. There was a man, you can go look it up. I forgot his name. He's on YouTube. He actually did this. He wanted to be a pianist. He wanted to be an artist, and these weren't in him, and he didn't want to take classes to learn it. He actually did guided meditations, and he found himself in another multi-universe of himself, which was a pianist. And then he found himself as an artist. And when he came back within a couple of days after all those meditations and all the energy settled into him, he is now a grand pianist. He is now a renowned artist. He's selling paintings. I will actually link it on our page if you guys want to read or and try to do some quantum leaping for yourself. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, so there's some crazy stuff out there, guys, and I'm here to teach you if y'all are willing to learn. So Mama's healing Poppet. So what I would do with this when I'm done with this, I would probably keep this by my bed. I have a special spot next to my bed, and I would keep it there. That way, while I'm sleeping, my energy, I do stuff when I'm sleeping. We all do stuff when we're sleeping. We astral project. We learn stuff with guides. We're just not aware of it. I fix things in the house when I'm sleeping. It's kind of weird. Spirits crossing things over and so forth. I do it when I'm sleeping too. So it's like 24/7. The healing Poppet. Keep it in a safe place. Respect it. As I said, once a month. Okay. I would kind of, again, you have the selenite in there. It's charging everything. But once a month, at least give it back your intent. maybe you'll take this pin out, okay? And maybe I'll take another pin, again, another pin, with the intent. I'm doing it on my mom's receiving side. I'm pushing the pin in. I'm sending Reiki and love and healing to this area. As my words are spoken, so mote it be. Okay, bring it to the here and now by saying, so mote it be. As my words are spoken, so it shall be done. Okay, be authoritative. You have power. Use your power. So, how you doing, Shane?
Wonderful.
Oh, look. Shane's got pants on. Or is that a diaper?
Yeah,
There's a
that's
sumo
good.
wrestler.
I was like a sumo.
Sumo. Okay, that's cute. I like him. He's so cute. There's buttons, gears. Gears are great.
Oh, yeah.
There are buttons in here. Let me give you the buttons though, if you want the buttons. It's the buttons. So here's some buttons. I like to make the eyes different from one another. Kind of gives it a little bit more character. Oh, I forgot to mention too, on this side here, there's actually a crucifix or a cross in Mother's hand. This is who I work with. As you know, again, I'm not a Bible thumper, but this is what I know, and this is who I work with, which is Jesus and all these lovely beings. The Holy Fire works off of 5: God, Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and Saint Germain. That is the Holy Fire Reiki right there. Doesn't get more powerful than that. So that cross represents all those beings. So again, they will definitely help to heal this situation and at least keep her safe until we can get her into what she needs to have done for procedures. So that's a great thing. So like I said, I love these healing poppets because it allows you to take your power back. You find out. Oh, another thing too, this is kind of cute here. I came up with this idea. Find it. This is the last one. You think I would organize my stuff before I come on. I actually do, but it's the paperwork and everything else I'm too busy organizing. Okay. But it's finally organized thanks to Penny and her lovely gift. Thank you, Penny. All right, I give up. Thank you, sir. Haha, I didn't give up. I found it. Here, Adam, you'll appreciate this. I can get it open. Okay. Say you have a cat and your kitty's sick. Why not make a healing poppet for your pet? You can do that. Just something else that you can do. So that's kind of cool. Say your pet, say if you have a dog and your dog, do you want a key for yours? There's keys in here if you'd like a key. I got to glue my eyeballs on too. So, what's this saying? So pets, say if your dog is suffering from anxiety, like thunderstorms or something along that line, you can make a healing poppet for your dog and put healing herbs and anti-anxiety crystals and so forth in here, and just put a little work on it and maybe put it underneath the dog's bed. Just want to put it though someplace where the dog's not going to chew it and eat it, because of course, lavender's great, rose a dog can eat. So basically, there isn't anything in this poppet that's going to hurt the dog unless they eat the crystals, of course. But again, common sense. We all have that. We're the enlightened ones. So anyway, so I just thought that was kind of a cute idea that you could not just do it for, I do healing on pets, so why not? Let's make a healing poppet for our pet. And remember, the quickest way to end an argument is to ask for a piece of hair. What do you need that for? So anyway, the lance pins, as I said, you do want to bless them. Like I said, this is my slip. I got a screw in here. Why do I have a screw in here? Am I blessing a screw? Probably. I bless everything. Okay. So I wish you could smell it. Smells like roses. It's beautiful. And then your lance pins. So again, don't be afraid to make the healing poppet, put your energy into it, or the person that you're working for, putting their energy into it. But remember, it's all about free will. You don't mess with that. Tell the person, I can't do Reiki on people unless I ask, do you mind? Do I have permission to do Reiki on you? Number one, if I go ahead and do it and they don't want me to do it, they're not open to receive. Okay. I spoke with my mom. I told her exactly what I was doing. Okay. I told her exactly what I was doing, what I was making, and I needed her hair. And I even had my mom hold the healing poppet to her heart chakra, and I told her to push her love into that healing poppet because her love can heal herself too. So my mom's also trying to help her to heal herself too. So cookie cutters are amazing. Yes, Sarah, they're actually so wonderful. I don't want to. Do you guys want to talk for a few more minutes, or I can let you guys go if you? I know it's what we're on an hour right now, so I don't want to bore you, but Shane is still working on his over there. Another thing, like I said, putting a hanger on it, that's kind of cool. I actually that used the E6000 here, so I know that puppy is not gonna, so I can actually hang it. I also too have a bunch of old nails all over the house too, and kind of whatever room I'm in, I kind of bring it with me because my energy is always your focus is where your magic goes, where your focus is. So if my focus is seeing this doll, just thinking of that doll, just like I said, crystals will go dormant when you ignore them, but just, I don't have to pick them up every day. I can say, hey, I love you from across the room and send them that energy. Just me being in the room with them and looking at them, that makes that connection, that makes that cord connection to them, and that keeps them happy-go-lucky, so it keeps them working for me and me working for them. So intent is everything, focus is everything. Remember, if you need to do healing on yourself, you're feeling a pain, your stomach's hurting, first thing you do is you rub your hands together. This wakes up the chakras in the palms of your hands. Okay, then the second thing you do is you put your hand to the area, your hand, your dominant hand, that's the one you send the power out on, to the area that you want to put energy into. That's putting your focus there. And then close your eyes, take those 3 deep breaths. That centers you instantly. And then the energy starts to flow through you, and you're using universal energy. I guarantee within 10 seconds, you write me and tell me I'm wrong. Within 10 seconds, the pain will dissipate because you're putting your focus and your energy into that area. We are all healers. I want to bring that out in you. It's in you. It's there. Okay? Every time you show love, love is healing. Love moves mountains. That's what they keep writing in my automatic writings. Catherine, you're about to move mountains with love. They tell me that all the time. Okay. So anyway, I think we're going to end here for tonight. Please, if you can subscribe if you haven't, that would be great, because I really am trying so hard to get this content out there. I really do appreciate you guys coming in and stopping in. Shane's going to continue working on his voodoo doll. I'm going to continue working on mine, and I'll post pictures of them on group. If you decide to make a healing poppet, please share pictures with us, and I'll put them up if I have your blessings on. I love to see different ideas and different perspectives, and it's just makes me shine. So you guys, keep shining your light. And I thank you all for being here tonight. Next week, we are doing moon magic. I'm going to teach you how to draw down the moon. That's actually invoking a goddess to come into me. Drawing down the moon, making moon water. We'll discuss about what the moon actually is, and all the deities that are connected to the moon, that you can actually tap into their energy and help and get things to help. Chris, thank you so much for coming tonight, my love. Great to see you. We love you so much. Mike, hey, you showed up, my friend. You have a lovely night. Julie and Penny and Carrie and Jasmine, my mod, and Adam, my other mod, and Vince and everybody else. Let's see. Izzy, thank you for coming. Sarah, Shane, he had no choice. I gagged and roped his. This is actually Shane. I tied his voodoo doll up and made him do it. So anybody else that I have missed, thank you so much for coming tonight. You guys are amazing. Shane's got his little body a little bit further. It reminds me of Patrick Starr. A little bit. That's really cute. I like him. So this is Shane's. He's got it going. So please share. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I love spending time with you. Next week's going to be a lot of fun, and I won't be dressed up as a moon, I promise. Maybe I'll show you the moon. No, just kidding. So everybody, much love and light. I love you all, and have a very, very special night, and God bless. Good night, guys.